Hey Mama, how's it going today? I am excited to be with you as I feel like this is a topic that, well, all of the topics are important. um, Especially to imply in pregnancy, which is hard. Pregnancy is not an easy time of life, and it can be a very difficult season. And today I want to specifically talk about finding peace in pregnancy because sometimes pregnancy feels so hard and chaotic that it doesn't even feel like you can find peace. Like you don't even know how to get there because you feel you're falling behind in so many things. So, join in today as we have a conversation about finding some peace during this pregnancy. Hi, I'm Jocelyn, host of the Positive in Pregnancy and Motherhood podcast. I help pregnant women and mothers to find positivity in their season of life through changing their thoughts to work for them and not against them. I help mothers find the small, doable steps in thought and action without making drastic changes to their everyday mom life, and I can help you. Thanks for joining. We live in a pretty amazing time, and if you've listened to my podcast, you've probably heard me talk about this before, but I feel like it needs repeated. Just like when we are learning and growing and developing, it needs repeated to learn these things. As we nourish our body with food, we got to repeat that and keep doing it. The same works for mental work. I got a little distracted there, but what I was going to say is we live in an amazing time where we have access to a lot of things almost instantly. Like food, we can get food pretty instantly. We can go to the store pretty instantly. If we want to go see our mom and they live fairly close, we can go see our mom or our friend. We live in a day and age where we can get things pretty instantly. And while it is awesome and cool, and I am so grateful for it, I feel like in some areas of our lives, it's made us impatient. One of those areas is pregnancy. In order to completely grow and form a baby, it takes 9 months. And I don't know about you, but I've had times in my pregnancies and during the whole of a couple of my pregnancies where 9 months felt like eternity. I struggled to get through the days, let alone feel any peace throughout those days. So today I'm going to give you some tips that I have learned that have helped me to feel that peace a little bit better during pregnancy. And a lot of it, in fact, most of it actually had to do with shifting my mindset, which is what this podcast is about, is shifting your mindset during pregnancy to help it go better and not be 9 months of dragging out heck that you don't ever want to do again. Because God wants us to have children. God wants you to have his children and to raise them because you are a good woman and you are a good mother. But the first thing that's going to help you to find and feel peace in pregnancy, to help us, is to slow down. In our fast-paced lives and in our fast-paced world, it feels like we've got to do everything now, and it's got to be done fast, and it's got to be done good. and did I already mention fast and as quick as you could? That kind of is the era, I guess, that we live in. Things come fast. Pregnancy does not come fast. 9 months does not come fast. And I know that as you're hearing that, you're probably, if you were like me, you might even feel a little discouraged or a lot discouraged feeling that it doesn't come fast and you wish it would and you wish you could speed up time. But if you just slow down and realize that this is a season, it becomes a little easier, especially if you slow down your mind. If you acknowledge the fact that this season, this 9 months is going to look different than other areas of your life, and become at peace with that. Allow that peace of realizing that you don't have to hurry and get everything done. You can be in survival mode and still find peace because it is a choice. Peace is a choice. I didn't realize that I was not feeling peace because I was so uptight about everything that I couldn't do. When I realized that it was okay to be in survival mode and that I could have rest in the afternoon, that I could grow my baby and not get all the things done, and that it was okay, it was so liberating and so freeing to take that slowdown during pregnancy. Mama, realize that you can take that slowdown during this pregnancy. You and your baby are worth the time to slow down, even in survival mode, to just slow down and realize that it's not an instant thing. It's going to take time. It's going to take patience, but you can do it. My second tip is to use mindset tips to help you. I know that sometimes if you are really sick or if you are in a lot of pain and kind of in a funk, it can be hard to realize, oh yeah, I've got to endure this 9 months. I'll just be peaceful. Yeah, that doesn't always work because our minds are like, yeah, whatever, you can't just pick peace because you're miserable. This sucks. This is terrible. And your mind shows you and tells you all the evidence of why it is not going to work for you to be peaceful. That is where you work on shifting those mindsets. Maybe at this point in your pregnancy, you can't get from, oh, pregnancy is so hard and irritating and frustrating and painful and sickening and making me tired. Maybe you can't get from that to pregnancy is peaceful, but you can go from, I hate pregnancy, this is awful, pregnancy is hard, to, I am grateful for a shelter. I am grateful to live in an age where we have access to food really easily. I am grateful that I don't really even have to cook the food. I can just warm up something in the microwave or go to a fast food restaurant to get food for my family. Find things to be grateful for. And as you do that, and as you shift your mindset in this area of how hard it is to things you are grateful for, it is amazing the shift that can come into your mind and your body as you transform your pregnancy through those thoughts. Oh, it is just so cool. Find something to be grateful for if you can't jump to finding peace. And realize you can slow down. I think that was one thing that took me 2 or 3 pregnancies to realize, is that I had to slow down. Like, physically, I just needed to slow down. But in my mind, I was like, no, I can't slow down. I'm a busy person. Like, I can do things. I get things done. I keep things clean. I make meals. I do the things that moms do, and I want to do those things. But once I realized that I could slow down, that my house, our food, and my family could be in survival mode for a little bit as we coped through this season, it was so much more freeing, and it can be for you. And I'm sorry I went back to that first tip, but it is important to realize these simple mindset shifts that can make a big difference. So I'm going to give you 3 tips. I've given you 2. The first one is to slow down, which I've said like 17 times. And the second one is to shift your mindset to something that you can be grateful for. And the last tip is also a simple tip, but this one's not a mindset tip. It's a physical tip. Usually during pregnancy, I don't encourage you to do a ton of physical things, especially during those 6 weeks of sickness, because it's hard, and I realize it's hard. But the third tip is to smile. You don't have to move a lot to smile. Just smile. Allow your cheeks and your lips to turn into a smile. I know that during pregnancy you probably don't smile as much as you'd like to because you're in pain, because you're sick, or because you are struggling. Just smile. You don't even have to have a reason to smile other than I ask you to. Smile. Today's episode offered 3 simple tips that you can do to start shifting. The first one is to slow down, but also realize that pregnancy is a time where you can slow down and give yourself permission to slow down. The second tip is to shift your mindset. find something to be grateful for. And the third tip was to smile. Mama, I know this is hard, and I know it takes intentionality and remembering, but I also know that you can do this. You have the ability to choose these things during your pregnancy, and I know that you can do it. You can do it for you. You can do it for your baby. You can do it for your family, and you can do it for God. Small and simple things bring great things to pass. If you are really struggling, though, and you find that the tools in this podcast just are a little above reach and hard for you to do, I encourage you to look into the Positive Pregnancy Program. It is what God led me to do because I hated pregnancy. I did not enjoy any aspect of it my first 2.5 pregnancies. By that third pregnancy, though, He led me to mindset tools that helped me to shift. And I've had 4 babies. I've had 4 children now and a miscarriage. And you can experience that shift too. If you need extra help, that is the top link in the show notes. Check out that program and email me. My email is also in the show notes if you have any questions or want more information. I want to encourage and support you. Even if you're struggling, just email me with what you're struggling, and I will help and encourage you through this season. Thank you for listening. Until next time. Thank you for being a part of the Positive in Pregnancy and Motherhood podcast, for listening, for sharing, and most of all, for applying these tools into your own life to improve your own happiness so that you can find your own better thoughts for a better you in a positive pregnancy, in losing that stubborn baby weight, and becoming the mom you desire to be through taking small steps in thought and action to reach your goals. If you are a mother who has an inner desire to enjoy motherhood and pregnancy better, but you are having difficulty figuring it out, I can help you. I can help you find the small, doable steps without drastic changes to your everyday mom life. Reach out. Let's connect, and let's see you move forward. My name is Jocelyn, and I thank you for listening. Until next time.